Parents, this video references very strong language. You may want to watch it first to decide whether it's right for you and your children. This is the lovely South Yorkshire village of Penistone. Penistone. Probably once meant the village near the hill, but now it's, well, it's an unfortunate name. And they know it. Penistone. And yes, it causes problems sometimes whenever some programmer decides to just outright ban certain words without thinking where else they might appear. Suddenly you're not talking about Penistone, you're talking about P*******ton. And you might think, oh, no programmer's going to be that careless, but it's happened a lot. There are many incidents throughout the history of the web about people and towns with all sorts of unusual names being filtered or rejected. It's generally known as the Scunthorpe problem, but I figured it was better to film this in Penistone because first, the joke is so much less rude, and second, there's really no reason for anyone ever to go to Scunthorpe. Nope. These days, programmers generally use a more lenient approach. We've learned that humans are creative, endlessly creative. Block words, we'll add spaces or change one letter to something that sounds similar. Try and filter those and you will have a lot of trouble talking about ducks. Try and detect it based on fancy statistical methods and we'll constantly change to switch around them. As for trying to block pictures or videos, I mean, good luck. If you'd like to get around a web filter, just ask any classroom in any school. It only takes one person to know how to evade it, and suddenly every one of their friends does too, and all of their friends' friends. We're not just talking about swearing and adult content here. Internet users in China regularly use euphemisms and subtle tricks to get around their country's web and social media censorship, like calling the heavily censored anniversary of the Tiananmen Square protests Internet Maintenance Day as everything shut down around them. China's Great Firewall does work to some extent, but there's a huge amount of collateral damage. It overblocks. Other sites and words get swept up and blocked too, and it takes enormous amounts of human support to make it work. If you actually wanted to make an automatic system that was even close to human levels, let's not forget humans are still fallible, that automated system would need to parse not just language, but context. It would have to understand every cultural reference, every innuendo that a human moderator could possibly notice and block, and it would have to make judgments on whether something is safe, a bit dodgy, or completely over the line. It needs at least a basic theory of mind, the ability to judge what someone else's reaction will be to a word or situation. To make an effective internet filter, you either need a human or a computer that's basically equivalent to a human. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's a long way off. And if you have something that can understand people that well, that can empathize, that can predict reactions and behavior, you've got something a lot more than a web filter. You might even have something that, by some standards, like the old Turing test, counts as a person.